Hey guys, so let's talk about tools. And the most important tool, second to your own calm, assertive energy, is the leash. And everybody wants to know, what type of leash do I use? Do I use this? Do I use that? My dog pulls, my dog jumps, my dog's afraid, my dog is small. Whatever the case, we've got your answer when we developed the LA K9's multi-purpose leash. It has at least 7 functions to it, and I'm going to give you all 7. Maybe you find more. Function 1, the slip lead. It's the most classic training leash. It's my favorite. It goes around the dog's neck, high behind the ears, and we create just this circular pressure. What we've done with our slip lead is we've added this inner stop so that it can't become too tight on the dog's neck. And what we've also done is we have this nice fancy bead as the outer stop, which keeps the slip from becoming too loose and too big around your dog's neck. Another important training tool, this one's really good for dogs that pull, dogs that jump, that are too excitable when they first wear their leash, is a head halter. So what we could do is we take this little stop, pull it through, it goes over the dog's head and nose, and then you just push down the stop, and that becomes the safety, and now you have a well-fitting head halter. My favorite part about this type of head halter is the pressure that stays behind the ears and above the nose. You're not putting any pressure on the dog's neck. You also are not pulling the dog from under the chin, which some of the other head halters do, which just cranks on the dog's neck, which will cause injury for sure. Now what this leash does is we offer safety, especially when you're first training your dog on a head halter. It's going to be new and you're going to get the pawing at the side and the rotating of the head, and what we don't want your dog to do is pull this off. So we've attached this safety on the end, and what we do is just clip this to the dog's regular collar. And what you're going to do is, while you're transitioning the dog and getting them used to this new style of leash, when they react and maybe they throw a little tantrum and they're confused, rather than pulling on the head halter, you're actually just going to pull back on their collar, and so they can relax a bit, and then you go right back into it. Once the dog is comfortable with the head halter, then you transition back to the slip lead. Start giving them a little more freedom, a little more trust. Function 3 is a really fun function, and this is if you have multiple dogs, or you want one dog to kind of help train another dog, or you want a trustworthy off-leash dog to kind of anchor maybe a dog that's not so ready to be off-leash. So you put the slip lead around one dog, and then you just clip your handle to your other dog, whether it be a collar, a harness, whatever they're using. You could also turn this into a slip if necessary, and you can have 2 slips, and then you can have your safety dog and then as the anchor or the good behavior. A lot of times I call this the get along leash. You know, if you maybe have a dog that doesn't know how to handle the other dog, leash them up together. It's time to learn, right? Now you have 2 dogs on one leash. I love the get along leash. Function 4, the coffee clip. And I actually got this name because of what this does. The handle separates and can become a tether. I got this idea because I go to a lot of coffee shops, restaurants, and I watch owners struggle with trying to attach their dog, you know, to a fence or to the table while they go inside, while they're at a restaurant. So why struggle? We just built a tether right in there for you. Function 5, similar to function 4, you use this clip, and now you're belt clipping the dog to you. So a lot of times when you get a new puppy or you get a new dog, you need to keep them leashed. They need to follow you around. You need to be able to watch their cues for when they need to go to the bathroom. Great housebreaking tool, right? A lot of trainers will tell you, you know, leash the dog to you. Well, how do you do that? You're not wearing a collar necessarily. When I used to walk a lot of dogs, I would clip them as well. So I would have like 10 dogs clipped to my belt. Function 6, your traditional leash. So what we've done is you take the slip lead part, create a handle, right? That's not going to move. There's your handle. And we undo the coffee clip, and we just make our traditional clip leash. So here's your handle, here's your leash. This is great for if you need to use a harness. Let's say you're bike riding a dog or skateboarding a dog and you want them to go into that pulling behavior. Clip them to this, you're ready to go. Let's say you want to walk them on a different style collar. Here you go, you got your handle on one side, your clip leash on the other. Function 7, the multiple leash connector. This one's a lot of fun. It's really good for people who have multiple dogs and you're walking multiple dogs. One of the fears is that one of the leashes is going to get out of your hand and now you have a lost dog. So what we've done is you just take your coffee clip, and built in basically like a carabiner to keep all the leashes together. So you've got your handles. You can use any kind of leashes, it doesn't matter. Obviously we prefer ours. And you just take this coffee clip and you clip it through. Now all of your leashes are secured together. So as long as you're holding on to one leash, you've got all 3 of your dogs. This is also great if you're walking a couple of dogs and 2 of them are just awesome and they're great, but you have one that you need to correct on the leash a little bit, then just let those leashes go. They're connected, and focus on the dog that you need to focus on at that moment.